Hey everyone, it's John, and I, for the first time in a week, got a chance to get out here and do a little bit of stripping. Um, I'm working on the hood here. Did you see that? Ooh, shiny. Got it 3/4 of the way stripped. Basically, I went over it one time with some chemical stripper, and then the second time with those paint removing discs from Eastwood, which seem to work pretty well. I've been happy with them so far. I've got them mounted on my electric buffer, and besides the fact that the hole is huge, and I had to kind of jerry rig it to get it to work on my buffer. But so that's going pretty well. But I got one thing here I wanted to ask you guys about, get some advice on this. I've been stripping the roof, and you may remember that I said before that my dad's comments about the roof were, "Don't ever touch it. That roof is made out of Bondo," is what he told me. And I'm trying to do the car right this time, right within my budget anyway. And well, I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. So this is what he was talking about when he said made out of Bondo. I'll come back and then come back in on it. There is a lot of pitting, a lot of pitting. Um, I wanted to take this all down to check for rust, and there doesn't appear to be any rust. What there is all this evidence of previous rust damage that has been removed. The rust has been removed, the pitting ignored, and then a really, a good coat of Bondo, pretty much over the whole thing. Here's some more pitting here. And then this, see if I can get it. There's, steel, and then there's a gray sealer, and then there's a red primer, and then there's this stuff which is brownish gold colored, and it is seriously strong. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty hard to get through. Once I break through it, I can get down to the metal pretty quickly, but that outer layer is pretty tough. So there's that issue, the pitting, which is considerable. I mean, right here, you can probably see it. There's a hole. Not a hole, it doesn't go all the way through, but I mean a whole like crater, probably 3/4 of an inch wide, at least, maybe even an inch. Now keep in mind that this car is going to have a vinyl top. It had a vinyl top, and it will have another vinyl top. So I mean, am I safe to just go back over that with Bondo and seal it good, Bondo it, surface it, primer it, paint it, and then put the top back on? Or should I cut the roof off? I really don't have the money to do that, and I've never done anything like that body-wise. In fact, I'm a body noob. I know I can do it with you guys' help, with the tools that I have and with my willpower, but man, cutting off the roof and putting a new one on just seems like quite a task. So the other thing I want to show you guys is this is the drip rail. And while it looks okay up there, I haven't cut all that seam sealer out yet. This is where I did cut the seam sealer out. And it's rusted pretty good in there. And they don't make these reproduction. They make them for fastbacks, but not for coupes. You can see even right there that there is a hole. And the rest of it is pretty well pitted and rusty. I need to cut the rest of the seam sealer out and see if it's just in the front, but it's pretty bad here. On the outside, this gets covered up with trim, of course, but you can see there's some pretty deep pits there. Now, to replace these, I've got to basically cut out all these spot welds. You can kind of see spot welds. And there's probably 50 or so on each side, so it's a good task. But I don't even think I can get that part. So maybe off a parts car, I guess I can start looking. Third issue to get advice on. Well, I guess not really advice, but look how thick this Bondo is. Let me get a screwdriver or something. When my dad did the body work for me originally, he said, the guy that worked on the car with him, his buddy, said that they all crack here, they all get stress cracks here because it's a unibody car. And I thought that the steel had cracked, but it's not the steel that's cracked. It's just a really, really thick layer of Bondo. And it's a little rusty in there. Now, hopefully you can get the scale here, but it's thicker than your fingernail. It's about the thickness of a dime. Some pretty thick filler. So, I guess if you guys have any input on that, I'd be glad to hear it. And then this is kind of weird. Vinyl top car. This is, this is the door, and this is where the roof meets the body. This is the C-pillar. These are the holes where the vinyl top molding goes through and mounts. But then there's these, I think they're rivets with the heads cut off. Why are those there? Should I cut them out? If you know anything about that, please let me know in the comments. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all the support. I'll talk to you tonight on Mumble. Bye.